Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu, dear students of the 10th class. Today we are going to study again about the hypothalamus, and we are going to study the neurohormones and what are the function of neurohormones which are secreted by the hypothalamus. And we know that these neurohormones are going to stimulate the pituitary gland, and pituitary gland is going to stimulate the other gland in order to carry out the various physiological effects in the body of an animal. So there are some neurohormones which hypothalamus secretes in order to stimulate the pituitary gland for secretion of various other stimulating hormones. So first is thyrotropin, a releasing hormone. Releasing hormone. You can also TRH. TRH. It is a neurohormone and it is released by hypothalamus, and it will go towards the pituitary gland. So what it will do, simply it will stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete. It stimulates the pituitary gland. I will write the PG, that is pituitary gland, to secrete the thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Listen, thyrotropin, releasing hormone, is a neurohormone which is secreted by hypothalamus, and it goes to the anterior lobe of pituitary gland, and anterior lobe of pituitary gland is stimulated in order to secrete a hormone, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. What it will do now, the thyroid stimulating hormone will stimulate the thyroid gland to release its respective secretions in order to carry out the biological effects in the body. Now the second hormone is adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropin hormone, releasing hormone. Now again, ACTH, simply adrenocorticotropic hormone. It is a neurohormone and it is secreted by hypothalamus, and it stimulates this means adrenocorticotropic stimulates, similar line, the anterior lobe of pituitary gland, anterior lobe of, I will write PG again, pituitary gland, to secrete the adrenocorticotropin hormone. So what we learn that this was the second adrenocorticotropic hormone releasing, that is, it is going to stimulate something in order to release the hormone. This stimulates the pituitary gland, which part? Anterior lobe. Here also anterior lobe of pituitary gland, to secrete what it stimulates to secrete the adrenocorticotropic hormone, which is going to stimulate the adrenal cortex. which is going to stimulate the adrenal cortex for further respective secretions, which will bring the physiological effect. So what are you getting now? Thyrotropin, a neurohormone, stimulates the pituitary to release the thyroid stimulating hormone, which in turn goes to the thyroid gland and stimulates it for the respective secretions. Similarly, second one, adrenocorticotropic releasing hormone. It has also a releasing factor. It stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete the adrenocorticotropic hormone. Now third one, gonadotropin. Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Gonadotropin releasing hormone, or gonadotropin releasing hormone. It is also a neurohormone. What it will do? Similarly, it will stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete the FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. I have written these in previous lectures. LH, luteinizing hormone. FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. LH, luteinizing hormone. Or you can also write, this is in case of females, or interstitial cell stimulating hormone. ICSH. I will write ICSH. I will write the or ICSH. ICSH is interstitial cell stimulating hormone, which is going to stimulate the leading cells. So what we have learned? We learned that neurohormones, that is the thyrotropin stimulating hormone, is going to stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to release the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. That adrenocorticotropic releasing hormone is going to stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland in order to secrete the adrenocorticotropic hormone. Then the gonadotropin releasing hormone is going to stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete the follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and ICSH. ICSH means interstitial cell stimulating hormone. So what is gonadotropin releasing hormone? It has also a releasing factor. It is going to stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete the follicle stimulating hormone. I will repeat, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. LH, luteinizing hormone in case of females. Or ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone in case of males. Now another one. Is somatotropin releasing hormone. Somatotropin releasing hormone, that is somatokinin. Somatokinin. It stimulates the which lobe? Anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete growth hormone. Simply, this is known as growth hormone. To secrete the growth hormone. This is the releasing factor. This means somatotropin is going to stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete the growth hormone. Another, simply you have to remember the hormones and then the lines are same. In all cases, all neurohormones are going to stimulate the pituitary gland. Fifth one is somatotropin. Somatotropin inhibiting hormone, that is somatostatin. Somatostatin. Here is somatokinin. This is somatostatin. Here is inhibiting. Here is releasing. It was stimulating the pituitary gland to release the growth hormone. What it will do? It will inhibit the secretion of growth hormone. Inhibits the secretion of growth hormone from pituitary gland. It will inhibit the secretion of growth hormone from pituitary gland, because I told you about the neurohormones. They contain the two factors. Either they contain the releasing factor, they are going to stimulate the any endocrine pituitary gland to release its secretion, or they are going to inhibit it to stop its secretion, to inhibit its secretion. Here the process are enhancing. It is enhancing to release the secretion. Here it is not enhancing to release the secretion. Here it is inhibiting the secretion. Here is going to stop the secretion of a particular hormone, that is a growth hormone. Now another is prolactin. Prolactin, a releasing hormone. Simple. Prolactin releasing hormone. Simply, it will stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland. It will stimulate the prolactin releasing hormone. It will stimulate the anterior lobe of pituitary gland to secrete what? To secrete the prolactin. To secrete the prolactin. Similarly, seventh one, prolactin inhibiting hormone. Prolactin inhibiting hormone. What it will do in this very case? Inhibiting hormone. This very hormone was going to inhibit the secretion of growth hormone. Now what this will do? What is the function of prolactin inhibiting hormone? This will also inhibit the secretion of prolactin from pituitary gland. It will inhibit the secretion of prolactin from pituitary gland. Are you getting me? Prolactin releasing hormone is going to stimulate the pituitary gland to release the prolactin. Later on I will tell you the functions of these all hormones, but now today you are going to only know that they are going to stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete this secretion, or they are going to inhibit the pituitary gland to stop the secretion of a particular hormone. So here prolactin releasing hormone is going to stimulate the pituitary gland in order to secrete the prolactin hormone. In case of prolactin inhibiting hormone, here it is going to inhibit the secretion. It will inhibit the secretion of prolactin from pituitary gland. Hope you are getting this. I hope you are getting this. There are only two releasing factors. This is going to stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete something, and the inhibiting factor is going to stimulate the pituitary gland but to inhibit it. It is going to inhibit the secretion of a particular gland. Then is the another one is melanocyte stimulating hormone but releasing factor. Now you will get it. You will get it now. You can also prolactin stimulating hormone releasing factor. Prolactin inhibiting hormone. Prolactin stimulating hormone, it has both releasing factor as well as inhibiting factor. Now, melanocyte stimulating hormone releasing factor. It will, what it will do? It will stimulate the which lobe? Middle lobe. Now middle lobe, or we can say that intermediate lobe. Intermediate lobe, middle lobe or intermediate lobe of which gland? Of pituitary gland, PG, to secrete the melanocyte or melanophore, to secrete the melanocyte. Melanocyte stimulating hormone, it has the releasing factor. Now you know about the releasing factor. The releasing factor is going to stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete its secretion. So melanocyte stimulating hormone here is the releasing factor. It will stimulate the middle part or intermediate lobe of the pituitary gland to secrete the melanocyte hormone. Melanocyte hormone. Now another, the last one. The last one is melanocyte. What it will be? Stimulating good hormone, but this time inhibiting factor. Inhibiting factor. You will write it on your own now. Melanocyte stimulating hormone is going to stimulate the pituitary gland in order to secrete the secretion of melanocyte hormone. And melanocyte stimulating hormone, but here is the inhibiting factor. It is going to inhibit the secretion of melanocyte hormone from pituitary gland. Very good. From pituitary gland. So melanocyte stimulating hormone releasing factor, it is going to stimulate the pituitary intermediate lobe. Sorry, here is also intermediate lobe. Intermediate lobe or middle lobe. Intermediate lobe or middle lobe. It is going to stimulate the middle lobe of a pituitary gland in order to secrete the melanocyte hormone. And melanocyte stimulating hormone that has the inhibiting factor, it is going to stop the secretion of melanocyte or going to inhibit the secretion of melanocyte from pituitary gland, and it signals the intermediate lobe from where the secretion is inhibited. From where the secretion is inhibited. So there were the sum of the hormones that have the releasing factor as well as their inhibiting factor. So these were some neurohormones that are going to trigger out the various biological process in the body. So I told you about that. Hypothalamus is the main gland and it controls the pituitary gland, and in turn pituitary gland controls the near about to some extent all endocrine glands. Hypothalamus is not a pure endocrine gland because it is made up of nervous tissue. Later on we will discuss about that. Hope you understood that. Thank you very much.